we're back. Hello. I thought you might want to see my face, but I didn't want to have to move my camera setup and then not get this situation right again. Anyways, I'm back. I've washed my face. I swirled the toilet and I took my headband off, which is a great way for my bangs to give a whole something about Mary situation. Anyways, that's not why we're here. We're moving on. I've cleaned the surface. I really didn't want to create waste, but we have micellar water. We have, what do you call these? Cotton pads, the dollar store ones, which suck. But I'm not spending 10 Canadian dollars on cotton rounds, okay? No. So I will deal with the fluffy, horrid chaos that Dollarama provides. Now, we are into this one. As you can see, there's some products here which are definitely mine, because they're freaking brand new and still in the box. This one, we're just jumping right in, if you hadn't noticed. This one, Phytosurgeons Blush Balm Skin Spark in the shade Ember, I think. Brand new. Ember, yeah. Hey guys, are we sensing a pattern here in the freaking colors that I'm trying to achieve? Hopefully this one will reach my peachy dreams. I just broke the surface there. As obviously haven't put my finger in this yet, but I think now I'm gonna have to use this. Son of a bitch. Right hand, swatch. Look at that. I think that's the color that I've been looking for. Who knew? Phytosurgeons, love ya. Now I'm gonna have to use this ASAP so that it doesn't rot and languish. But as I already said, it was mine. I'm not even gonna bother opening these because these are going into the kind of collection. They just never migrated into my bedroom where these should be kept safe. But this was the Sephora birthday gift this year. It's the Kosas Airbrow in the shade Clear and the Wet Lip Oil Gloss in Unbuttoned. Just a cute little package. Honestly, I always take advantage of the Sephora birthday gift because inevitably it's going to be way better than the Rewards Bazaar items throughout the rest of the year. And I love the Kosas Wet Lip Oil, and I don't think I love the Airbrow, but I don't know that I've tried the clear one, so it's just an opportunity to give a miniature a try, and this cost me nothing. Except for all of the other hundreds of thousands of dollars I spent at Sephora in order to even get a birthday gift. Anyways, this is the Tower 28 Lip Softy. This one is in the shade / flavor / fragrance Blood Orange Vanilla. I have already mentioned to you guys that I love this product so much, and I'm currently using Dolce de Leche. It's amazing, so I'm really excited to jump into this one, especially because it's got a bit of more of a color punch, and I think this is going to be just a beautiful companion to my lip wear for the summer. But for the time being, it is mine. It's not going anywhere except for into my untouched collection. Okay, right off the bat, this is going away forever. Another NYX product here. It is the Bear With Me Blur. For fuck's sake, I can't speak. It's the Blurring Tint Foundation in the shade Light Medium. Right off the bat, I don't know, it looks like it could be a color match, but right now it's not. I actually need some more tan on my skin for this to work. But as we know, if you've been here for a while, I don't use foundation. So this was a sad attempt for me to get onto that bandwagon, and I immediately jumped off and said, okay, goodbye. I don't want to be here anymore. So this is going to go to someone else. Gifted. This, I think the rest of this is predominantly lip products. I did sort of have these two little bins organized, but there's some chaos in here too because it's me. Okay, this is the M Cosmetics. What are you called? Lip Cushion Tinted Lip Luminizer in the shade Van Gogh. It's a beautiful product. It is a My Lips but better tone. Haven't used it in a while, but it's in here because I wanted to make a concerted effort to use it, so it's staying with me. It's mine. We have another sunscreen lippy here. This is from K-Skin. It is the Isle Lip Balm in SPF 30. It is a chemical sunscreen, but I really like the applicator. It's like soft silicone rather than the really like hard, sharp ones, and smells delightful, and it's just really nice. And I actually have used this, so it's like it's not as full as it looks. It's just the nature of this particular packaging. There's like more air in here than there is actual formula, but it is lovely. And I do just like to have with me some kind of SPF lip balm, and this is one that I probably will be bringing with me to Whistler if I go this year. So mine. This is the In Beauty Project Lip Glaze Lip Oil in the shade / scent Pina Colada. Smells like a pina colada. Imagine brands did that. Stunning shade, stunning formula. I love these lip products so much. For summer, can you even? Oh my God, love it, obsessed, want it. And it's just like, even on my hand, like look at that gloss, look at that gloss. It's so shiny. It is sticky, so let's just have that conversation. But who the fuck cares when you've got something that beautiful that actually does something for your lips, you know? Mine. I don't need to be sticky for the whole video. Okay, we've got a couple more Refi products here that I'm just going to do in tandem because these also came with that little blush thing. The first one is definitely going the fuck away because I have not a single use for this. It's some kind of like, what's it called? Lip Sculpt. Okay, in the shade Red. Very creative. It's a twist up lip liner. I know that I said that I would keep a lip liner around if it was bold. This is certainly bold, but I don't like it. Now, because Refi likes to fuck around with their packaging, it's got this like lip glaze thing on the other end, but it's like, are we baking? What the fuck is this? That's not a brush. This is a paddle. And it's a weird fucking formula. I don't understand what this is. It's just like petroleum jelly. I don't know. I hate it. No, this is going away. And it's relatively new. It's hardly been used. So I am going to put this into the gifted section, but like gross, never want to see this in my life. This, however, this little teeny tiny baby here, this is the, again, Red, very creative shade naming, Red Tinted Lip Gloss. It's got a metal tipped applicator, which is lovely. Very cooling, very nice. And like, holy shit, look at that. That is a tinted lip gloss. Good job. It looks beautiful and it feels beautiful on the skin, so that is staying in my collection. I think it's a win, quite honestly. It's really nice. They did something here. They did something here with this product. The other two, whatever. It's like 1/2 of a dozen. Everyone else is doing the exact same thing, but with this, and everyone is doing the exact same thing with like tinted lip oils, let's be honest. Everyone and their grandmother is releasing a tinted lip oil, tinted lip gloss thing at this point in time in the makeup world. But this is just truly lovely. And, you know, I didn't get it full price. It's a mini. It's still going to take me probably forever to use, but I don't really have any other like red lip oils, so this is just nice. This one's definitely going. It doesn't even meet my standard of being cruelty free, so I don't know why. What possessed me when I purchased this? I truly don't know. It's the Maybelline Lifter Gloss plus hyaluronic acid because, you know, like so many other things, big hyaluronic acid still has us in a chokehold, just like big niacinamide and big Kakadu Plum. Why? Whatever. The packaging is like super bulky. It's not particularly sophisticated. This is in the shade Moon. Honestly, that is probably why I bought it, because I'm a sucker for the moon, sailor or otherwise. As a formula, as a color, sure, it's nice. It also has a reasonably pleasant scent, but I've been just struggling to use this because it's not cruelty-free. Maybelline's not cruelty-free. And I just have so many other like shimmery lip glosses, lip balms in my collection that do more. And this doesn't do that. So this is just going to go into the gifted collection. I think I bought 2 at the time that I bought this. Again, I don't know what possessed me. I was possessed just by a greedy little demon the day that I went into Shoppers Drug Mart and I purchased these, and I already gave my sister the other one of these that I bought, so this is probably going to go to my sister as well because she doesn't have the same hang-ups about cruelty-free beauty products that I do. So gifted. Just a break. This is overflowing. I'm gonna have to get a bigger bag as we continue because there's so much more makeup to go through. It's ridiculous and sick. Okay, another NYX product. This is the NYX Fat Lip Oil in the shade Status Update. Hate that because I don't really want to be reminded of all of my Facebook status updates that I made in the early 2000s and in, you know, high school and university, when that part of the internet should not be uncovered ever because it's hideously embarrassing. This is a delicious brown, warm brown lip oil. The product is actually quite lovely. I don't have anything else of this colorway except for the In Beauty product, which is kind of more like a shimmery bronzer. It's like the difference between my e.l.f. Shimmer bronzer and like my other matte bronzers. So it's nice to have. No one's being hurt, you know? Nobody was injured in the keeping of this product, so fine. This is the Aerie Perez Cocoa Crayon in the shade Wild. Can you see the paint has been slowly chipping off of this, which is just so freaking loathsome. I can't even begin to rage about it effectively. But this is just exactly what it sounds like. It is a makeup crayon. Predominantly, I'm sure, for your lips, but you could absolutely use this on eyes, on cheeks. It is this beautiful, rusty, orangey red. It's quite lovely. I do really like it on my lips. I'm gonna keep it just because it's so pretty. And the formula is reasonably lovely, but this, I hate this. Oh, why? Why is this? Can Aerie Perez, can we fix that problem? And then this would probably be like a favorite. But it's like every time I open it, it's just like white paint flakes everywhere. Oh gosh, look, another NYX product. This is the Fat Oil Stick Click. So many other brands are doing this, or were doing this at the moment when this came out. Like that is satisfying. I'm not mad at that. I don't know if this means that I like have ADHD or whatever, but if you give me a clicky pen, I'm gonna be doing that for eternity and I'm gonna infuriate everyone. I bought this because of the color of the packaging and the suggested color of the actual product itself. But then when you apply it, what? That's not even close to being related. I'm sorry, that is a full berry shade. I was expecting a beautiful punchy red. I'm genuinely pissed off about this, and so for that reason, I have no use for that shade as a lip product. I have other ones that are like way better and that I prefer in this tone. I was hoping for a red. I was hoping for a red in this delivery system because it was fun, and that's just a real piss off. That is like some fucking false advertising there, and I couldn't be angrier about it. So yeah, that's just gonna get passed along. It's been put on my lips once, which is just a true shame. I think it's fun. The packaging is fun. The click is super satisfying. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the formula. It's just that is a complete fucking lie in terms of color. And the color name itself is called Double Tap, which has no relation. But I guess, like, if you think about it, okay. Double tap. We double tap when we want to heart something on social media, and the heart is this color. So I get it. I guess there is a correlation there between name and shade, but there is no correlation between the color of the packaging and this berry tone. Where's the red? I wanted red. Now at this point in time, dear reader, dear watcher, there's 3 minutes left of filming time on my SD card as it stands. So I'm going to go export the footage as it exists, and we will BRB in a hot minute or 20. See y'all soon. Yo, we're back. Video footage from the first several hours of the declutter has been exported. Table has been somewhat cleaned. I am freezing my actual tits off because it's so cold in my apartment, and despite the fact that I have been buzzing around like someone who just took a several large snorts of cocaine. My fingers are so cold. My nose is so cold, and it doesn't seem to matter. My apartment's freezing. Like, to the point where my just microwaved coffee is already like less than room temperature. Rude. Anyways, we're just gonna dive right back in. This is a mirror. Doesn't need to be in here. Sorry. Sorry for that. Sorry. There's still lots of shit to go through, and we haven't even touched the pièce de résistance. So, two things. One's staying, one's going. If you've been here for a minute, can you guess which one? This is my REM Beauty Sweetener Concealer in the shade Medium 3W. It's a decent shade match for me. I like the formula. It's mine. It's staying, no question. This one, the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Comfy. In this adorable little mini. I do appreciate the size of the mini. I bought it because I wasn't sure I was gonna like the formula, but I wanted to try it because everyone is hemming and hawing about how fucking much they love this product. I don't get the hype, so it's going into the gifted bag. Also, while I was waiting for my footage to export, I swapped out my bag. Look at, we got this almost brand new indigo bag because the little Sephora bag that I had all this shit in was overflowing. So now this is a substantial size that is going to contain all of the goodies. Okay, we can move on. I have two Glossé Ultra Lips here. This one is in the shade, obviously we're gonna swatch, Vesper. This one is in the shade Cachet. One is brown. One is berry. Neither have seen much use. Cachet, quite lovely. Vesper, quite lovely. But I don't honestly use either of these, not for lack of enjoyment of the formula. It's just, they're never something that I reach for. So I'm going to put them in the gifted side of the table here, and whoever decides to go through that can decide whether or not they are worthy of being kept. They are several years old, so, you know, we might want to put them in the trashed section, but I don't know, I feel guilty. So we're gonna put them in gifted for now. This one is the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Bronze Glow. Listen to that. Satisfying. This is actually a product that I do really enjoy. It's got a pigment, but it's sheer. The formula is lovely. It is a little sticky, but I don't mind. It's something that I do use every now and then. It's, you know, out here on my vanity in one of these little boxes, so it is something that I like to use, and I think for now, it's mine. This is just a lip balm. It's the David's Tea Cold 911 Lip Balm. Smells medicated. I don't know why it's in here. It's not really makeup, but it is just a nice lip balm, and there's literally no reason for me to get rid of this, so it's fine. This is the mini version of the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. It is almost done. I have absolutely no reason to get rid of this. It is a formula that I think is actually pretty lovely. It feels great on the lips. It actually does the job. It doesn't sting you like you've been stung by a bee or a scorpion or a snake. So she's mine. I'm gonna finish it. It'll probably end up in my empties pretty soon. That was a surprise to me though, that I was gonna even enjoy that product. So, you know, it's nice to be surprised. This is the e.l.f., what are you called? The lip stain. And this is the shade Cinnamon Dreams. As you can see from the doe foot, in that center mark there, because it's a stain, and most stains don't actually stain the original color, they stain to this like bright kind of berry shade. It's fine. It was never my favorite. It's kind of a shit brown, to be frank. Like, I don't know, don't like it. And if I'm buying a stain, I want the stain to stain the color that I originally put on my lips. I don't want the stain to just eventually bleed pink, because I would just put a pink lipstick or lip stain on in the first place. But this color doesn't really work on my lips. I don't know, if I had less pigmented lips, maybe it would be fine, but I've just never enjoyed this. So I'm gonna put this into the gifted side of the table, and maybe someone will enjoy it, but I don't. And I did have a few other colors, or at least one other color of that, and also didn't like that color. So it's just, it was never a product that I enjoyed from the outset. This is an obvious mine. It is the Clarins Lip Comfort Oil in Raspberry. It's obviously been lying on its side, so it's hard to see actually how much I've used, but if I can just like snack it down. I have used a significant amount of this. Like that's pretty close to the amount. So obviously this is a keep. It is a beautiful formula. It is, as the name would suggest, comfortable on the lips, and it is very raspberry-y. It does give you that kind of like nice sheer pink tint to the lips, but nothing like overwhelming. So if you just wanted, you know, something comfortable and like nourishing on the lips, this isn't a shade that's going to be particularly overwhelming, but it's just overall a really, really beautiful product, and can't really say enough about it. I'm glad that I, you know, took the plunge when everyone was hyping this, because it's kind of worth the hype, I think. RMS Lip Light in the shade Rhythm. As you can see, I've used quite a lot of this. It's very pretty, a beautiful formula. As I've mentioned a million times, my apartment is fucking freezing, so the product is so stiff and like I'm squeezing really hard to get it out of the tube. But it is this one is a lip tint, very much. Quite a beautiful shade. Very sticky at this temperature, but like gives the lips a really nice, just like wash. Very, very, very gentle wash, but a super nourishing, hydrating, delicious formula when it's not fucking frozen. And I think because I squeezed it so hard, like I may have actually compromised the packaging, because these tubes are aluminum. So, you know, just something to keep in mind if you live in the Arctic like I do. But mine. Okay, look, we've got a whole bunch of Kaleidos things, because obviously these two are the Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glaze. Did I say that right? Sure fucking did. We've got the shade Penthouse and Elixir. Refall is somewhere, because I was using that pretty frequently, and I used that for my birthday. If you watched my Get Ready With Me for my 34th birthday, I'm gonna link it here, because it's been here. Wow, here, because it's been one of my most unloved videos, and I just don't understand. Like, it's crushing me, y'all. Go watch it, please. Anyways, this formula is like, it's next level. I don't know, Kaleidos just does the damn thing. They know what they're fucking doing. I enjoy the packaging. Some people have suggested this looks and feels like other things. I'm not gonna go there, because ew, get your minds out of the gutter. Anyways, both of these colors, I did a whole lip swatch video on this product, which I'm also gonna link. There, if you are so interested, because I did buy the entire collection, but these are some of the ones that I decided to keep for myself and not give away in gift, but both are like really, really beautiful. The formula is stunning. The colors are, as usual with Kaleidos, just like beautiful and nuanced. Like, they're not your basic bitches, you know, of the makeup world, and they're really fun. So mine. I'm now starting to sound like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine, because I've kept more than I intended. Anyways, this is the Cloud Lab Lip Clay in the shade Wild Apple. Another formula that I do really enjoy. It's more like a matte. Well, not more of a matte, it is a matte. This little doe foot might look like it's not particularly comfortable, but it's pretty soft. And that is just a really beautiful shade. And it looks great on my lips, and I love it because it's just a superior formula. So, mine. Unlike the glossy lip glow, Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glaze, Jesus Christ, not a sticky formula. And obviously the Cloud Lab Lip Clay also isn't sticky and has pretty good wear time, so worth it. This here, which shouldn't have ever been in this container, is another Ritual de Fille product, obviously, if you can tell by the packaging. This is the Rare Light Luminizer in the shade Lunaris. Now, this has made it through so many attempted declutters because it's just so beautiful. It is exactly as described. It is a luminizer, and it's so pretty. It's got that really, this is very icy, but it's that like purple blue shift. Because of how pretty it is and just unique in my collection, I've kept it and kept it and kept it and kept it and kept it. However, I do not use it, and it's so old at this point. It's just, I shouldn't be holding on to it anymore. So it is unfortunately going to get trashed, but it's not for lack of love for the formula or the color. It's just something that I don't wear. I don't do my makeup like this. I don't wear this kind of product. It's another one of those things that, you know, kind of was being brought out for like costuming, cosplay type things, but it is a cream, so I shouldn't be holding on to it. And it is, you know, Ritual Defeat is one of those like natural clean beauty brands, so there's no real preservatives in it, and it just, enough said, right? Trashed. I'm so sorry. It has nothing to do with the product itself. It's just me. It's me. I'm the problem. This is another lip crayon. This is the NYX Dazed and Confused Blurring Lipstick in the shade Day Drink. I do really like this product. It's still very creamy. It's a really beautiful red. And what I like about this is it does come with a lip brush on the end if you are so inclined to use such a thing. So you can put this on like a lip liner, or you can color in your entire lips with it and then just sort of like buff it and blur it out with the lip brush if you want. It's got some decent staying power. It is just really nice. Unfortunately, I seem to have some kind of like lid / cap aggression going on in my life. I don't really know what that's all about, but maybe I'll need to take that up with my therapist at some point. But all of my, so many, not all, but so many of my products end up like cracked because I think I just like jam them too hard. A lot of my like twisty pots end up getting cracked and snapped and crackled and popped. I don't know. Anyways, it's mine. I'm keeping it. I do like this, and I have one more shade in this product, which you will see soon. Okay, next is another one from About Face. It's the matte painted lip color in the shade Serrated Bite. Still smells okay, and is a really punchy red. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. More orangey leaning red. It doesn't lean into the like blue tones. So it is unique in my collection for that reason. I do really appreciate the formula. It's got some great wear time. Obviously, you know, these like claims that some brands like to give about like 24-hour wear, like who the fuck is wearing their lipstick for 24 hours? Gross. It's great. I'm gonna keep it. Mine. Another one from Ritual Defeat, but this is part of their Lab Access release. So they've actually now come out with the real version, or like final version of this. But this is the Thorn Bite Peptide Plump Creme Lip Oil. Why is the name so long? And this is in Rose Bite. Honestly, absolutely stunning formula. Would recommend. It's not sticky. It's so deliciously nourishing. It's got this very, very soft pigment to it. When I purchased this, I got the set of 3 kind of like all in these tones. I have talked about this before. I gave away kind of the middle shade because it was too cool for me, but the Rose Dew version, which is just like the clear, and this one I kept, and I do use them. Like that's just, it's so pretty, and like the name suggests, it like has that rose tone. Like I've got a whole bunch of dried roses around my house right now, and that is exactly the shade of like the true rose color. So it's just super beautiful. Mine. Okay, another lip liner. This is from Quo Beauty. It is the lip contour pencil. This is the shade Rosewood, and I was looking for a brown. I wanted more of a brown tone. This is not that. It's very cool, mauvey, purpley, gray. I don't like it. I won't wear it. So it's pretty new. It's gonna get gifted. Enough said. Oh my god, look, another lip liner. This is from Annabelle. This is the waterproof lip liner in the shade Boysenberry. Lovely formula. Very, very, very actually similar, just not as muted to the Quo one. Definitely purpley berry. No use for this. It's gonna get gifted. This is the NYX. Oh my god, so much NYX in this freaking collection here. The NYX Fill and Fluff eyebrow pencil. Honestly, the reason I bought this was because of the cute little like paddle brush on the end, but it's just like a very typical eyebrow pencil. This is in the shade Brunette, kind of a leaning cool brown shade, but I don't actually like this shape of an eyebrow pencil. It's like too chubby for me, frankly. I understand like the shape of it has something to do with the way that you would apply it, but it's not something I'm ever going to lean into. Again, I predominantly bought it because I thought that it was just like cute and unique for it to come with this little brush, because it's really easy to like use that brush to feather out the pencil. And the nature of the formula obviously works really well with the brush, but I don't need to beat a dead horse about it. I'm just never going to use this. It's not particularly old, so I do feel somewhat comfortable passing this along. So gifted. Now I think the rest of this in here, eyeliners, but honestly, I have not really been using eyeliner pencils as much as I used to. Whenever I use eyeliner, let's move this out of the way, just eliminate the glare on our faces there. It's getting a little bit tiresome. Whenever I use eyeliners, I'm predominantly now using a powder. I think we've got a lot of repeats here. Almost all of my eyebrow pencils are from the brand Annabelle. So we've got shades Coffee, Chestnut, and this is also Chestnut. So I guess I was just so enthused about Chestnut at a certain point that I bought a backup, and this looks like it hasn't been used, so that was definitely the intention there. But I don't know, you can always tell when a product is old in a pencil form because it gets this like dusty appearance around the end. So like I could absolutely buff that off. It is a beautiful shade for an eyeliner pencil. So I am going to keep the newer one, and I'm just going to trash this one. It's like close enough to being done and well loved that it's not really going to hurt my soul to do that. So yes, Chestnut is getting kept because I'm sure eventually I will pull this back out again. And then this one is the shade Coffee. Similarly, it was bought as a backup. It's got that like disgusting, probably has turned moldy thing on it, but I can just sharpen that off. And it's a darker, kind of cooler toned brown, but I don't think I'm going to keep this one because I've got powders now that serve me for that tone. And as we saw earlier, or in part one of this video, I've got the About Face Matte Fluid Eye Paint, or whatever it's called, in like a very similar shade that's kind of gonna fulfill the need of this. So I'm not gonna give this away because of the old and like grossness of the age of this pencil, so it is just gonna get trashed, unfortunately. This pencil is from CoverGirl. Again, I don't think CoverGirl is cruelty free. I don't know why I bought this. This is the gel eye pencil in the shade 285. It's kind of another cool tone, sort of like greeny, penny toned copper shade, but I don't use it. Honestly, I don't love eyeliner pencils in plastic components. It's usually a formula thing, and yeah, it is a formula thing with this one, and I just have no use for it, but I think this is probably at least a year old now, so I'm just gonna trash it. And then this one is a kohl eyeliner pencil from Marcel in the shade Dark Brown. It is one of their waterproof ones. Very similar in tone and shade and formula to the other two. And I haven't pulled this out. Obviously it was used for a while. This is not a full-length pencil, but again, just with the whole like age of it and everything, I'm gonna trash it. I am just very much in my like light, low impact eye look era, so there is no need for me to be keeping that kind of thing, especially when, if I do need another one, they're not that expensive to pick up again, and I can always cross that bridge when I come to it. Now, oh, there was one more thing in here. If you watched my last video, I said that I couldn't find my little Baby Freck OG freckle pen. Here it is. It's so tiny. I do love my faux freckles every now and then, and even though I have that Lottie London one in my collection now, I'm still gonna keep the Freck because, I mean, like, it's so cute. I'm keeping it. It's mine. And that is that on the second box. Now, we're bringing out the big boy. I might have to zoom out my camera here a little bit. Okay. I'm putting it this way at first just so that you can see what it looks like. This is from IKEA. It is a set of 6 drawers. It's just like chipboard or whatever you call it. And this was my low impact storage solution for makeup several years ago, like 3-4 years ago, maybe not that much. Again, COVID time warp is still affecting the way that my brain perceives time, but this was just how I was storing makeup on my dresser in my bedroom. And there's still a significant amount of product in here, and it really just needs to finally be addressed. And there's a bunch of stuff in here that I'm sure is going to get trashed today because the majority of what is in here is quite old. Now, hopefully this works. We're gonna do this, and we're going to pull out one drawer at a time. Okay, so bear with me. Let's start with this drawer here, which is predominantly Alanna Pure products. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things from Alanna Pure. And then we've got 2 others. Eyeshadows. Now, if you have been here for a while, this one should not surprise you at all. This was a mainstay for quite a long time. It is the Nude by Nature Natural Illusion Pressed Eyeshadow in the shade Stone. As you can see, I did hit pan. I was using this on an almost daily basis to do my eye looks, but because it's been in here, I just haven't reached for it in so long. And I think it's just well past its prime, and it is unfortunately time for me to say goodbye. It does have that super shiny packaging on the component, which I hate and just looks like trash. And yeah, again, I'm not using it. It has been far too long, and I'm just going to say so long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen. This is another eyeshadow from the brand New Evolution NU. It is the eyeshadow, great, very creative, and it's in the shade Socialite. It is a kind of like satiny, shimmery bronze shade, a really silky, delightful formula, and a very nice color. Definitely like straight penny kind of bronze. Super pretty. I just do not use it anymore, and I don't think it's like, I would say that it's around the same age as this one, but because I've used it so little, I think I'm just gonna go gifted, and it is unfortunately leaving my collection because I don't touch it, I don't use it, so gifted. Okay, let's address the Alanna Pure of it all. The first one is the Satin Matte Foundation in the shade Beige 9. I've had this for so long. This was purchased at a time when I was really seeking my ultimate best bronzer. I was really struggling to find a bronzer that I liked, loved, and I really enjoy the formula. And as you can see, I didn't close the component properly, so there's just powder freaking everywhere. I don't really care what a formula is called. I don't care what a brush is meant to be used for, but this is just a really nice bronzer shade for me that almost, with a light hand, obviously like I really stuck my finger in that, but with a light hand could almost go contour. I guess bronzer really because of the tone, but I don't use it anymore, and the loose powder situation is just, it's super messy, obviously, because I just got it friggin' everywhere. That's the other issue with this storage solution, but it, you know, can be painted, so who cares, or stained, because it's just wood. Plyboard, what do you call this? Particle board, that's it. I don't think it's particle board, it's actual wood, but it's like super cheap plywood. Anyways, not the point. This, I think, is just gonna go the way of the dinosaur in my collection because I have no need for it at this point, and I have had it for like years. Like certainly this was a pre-pandemic product, so like it's way too old for me to keep it around. So yeah, trashed. It served me well while I had it, but it's past its prime in my collection now. These two are blushes from Alanna Pure. Both are the Satin Matte Blush formula. I've got the shade Melon and the shade Apricot. I don't think Apricot exists anymore, and in fact, I think it stopped existing very soon after I bought this one. Similarly, I obviously forgot to like close the component properly, but it was at the time my like ultimate sort of like peachy shade. Super pretty, but I think I'm just like, I'm past the desire for this color, I think, in my life. It's pretty and all, but I just, again, it's the loose powder formula, but I don't know. I think It is such a pretty color. It's a beautiful formula. And I might just put this in the gifted section and let, again, whoever wants to use it, use it. And if they don't, it can go trashed. But it's been really hard to part, obviously, with these Alanna Pure products. Another one that is like way pre-pandemic, so like quite old. But I don't know, maybe someone will find love for it. This one is the shade Melon, as I said. Very similar in tone to Apricot, but I would say a little bit more pinky. And really not my shade. Like, that is not... If I was more tanned, I think I could probably pull this off, but currently where my skin situation is now, where I'm just like, the green is really coming out in my skin tone, I think this is just, it needs to be passed along. And again, obviously the last time I was using these, I just threw all caution to the wind and didn't close them properly. So we've just got a lot of mess here, but I am going to pass it along. It's going into the gifted side and we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to update you, so it'll be a mystery. The rest are all eyeshadows, and I think I am going to keep them. These two are the pressed eyeshadows. We've got the shades Myth, which is this absolutely freaking stunning green. I have no desire to part with that. It is so pretty and mossy, and it is a satin, so it's like slightly sheeny. It's just, it is beautiful. It's mine. I'm keeping it. I do not have anything else like it in my collection, so I don't even need to justify it beyond that. This one is the shade Solar. It is a really golden yellow, or rather a yellow gold. Similarly, I don't think I really have anything quite like it in the formula. The Alanna Pure eyeshadows are quite high quality. I do really like the formula. It's pretty, it's silky, it's soft. It's just delightful. I just cleaned off my fingers here so I can give a decent swatch of it. Again, it's buttery. That's the word I've been looking for. Really, really pretty shade and a really pretty formula. Keeping it. The rest I all bought. They were like a special release, and straight off the bat, I'm keeping all of them. These are the Satin Matte eyeshadows. So kind of from the similar line as the foundation that I gave away and the two blushes. And these are all just like really beautiful, unique colors. We've got Oob, I don't know, it's this pretty like very pale lavender shade in the same kind of delivery system as some of the other loose powder shadows that I've showed today, with like the little pop top there to keep it really nice and tidy. But it's such a pretty shade. I just cannot bear to part with it, and it is actually quite different from the Kaleidos eyeshadow, so it's worth keeping. This one is in the shade Thistle. It's more of a periwinkle tone. Beautiful. Again, I absolutely love it, and I'm keeping it. This one is in the shade Pollen, and it's a very, very pale, kind of like sunshiny yellow. Now, I don't use this really ever. However, I am going to keep it because if I ever want to do like cosplay makeup or Halloween makeup, it's really useful. I used this on my boyfriend this past Halloween. He went as the Punisher, and you know, if you know anything about the Punisher, there's a lot of violence and a lot of bruises. So this helped me to create the most realistic punched in the face bruise that I've ever seen outside of like real Hollywood makeup. So for that reason alone, it's gonna stay. And then this one is in the shade Cobalt, and it is just that beautiful like cobalt cornflower blue. Also super helpful in kind of like Halloween makeup. So it's just, they're staying, they're small, no one's getting harmed in the keeping of these products. All right, look, one drawer is empty and I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, this one is pretty empty. We've got some spoolies just dangling around in here. Like, why? I could not tell you why they're in here, but neither of them appear to be used, so they're just going to the side and will be kept. We've got some more Ritual Defeat products here. This is another Color Nectar Pigment Balm. This is in the shade Snapdragon. It is very orange, and it is very pretty. And even though it's old, it's as old as the first two. It's again like a true like tangerine orange, and I love it. And I don't know if it will be used, but I just cannot bear to part with it because it's such a unique shade, and there's no white there. It's sheer, and it's gonna look good, I think, on so many skin tones, including mine, as my skin gets exposed to sun, changes colors. Keeping. Then I have 2 lip products from Ritual Defeat. We've got the, one is the Enchanted Lip Sheer and the other one, oh, they're both Enchanted Lip Sheers. Look at that. So we've got Bloodroot and Water Violet. Water Violet, I mean, both, this formula, this product, stunning. Water Violet is absolutely too cool for me. That is like, I don't know how well the color is picking up on the camera here, but like, it looks blue to my eyes in person. It's so blue. So it's a little old, but I am gonna put this in gifted because there might be someone who wants it. This one, however, I've been holding on to it for so long because it's so stinking pretty, and I cannot bear to part with it. It is another really orange shade, but it's, as the name suggests, it's sheer. So it does have a high pigment impact, but it's so pretty, and like, it's not hurting anyone by me keeping it. So I'm going to keep it, but I'm gonna bring it out to my vanity so that I actually start picking it up. And as, again, the spring and summer months arrive and the sun freaking comes out and my skin gets kissed by it, this is gonna, I think, look really just lovely, and I should be using it because why the hell not? Hello, a completely unopened Tower 28 lip jelly in the shade Fire. A mainstay, a favorite. I used to love this, and so much so that I bought another one, and then it's just been sitting here languishing unopened. No, I'm keeping this, and it's gonna come out this summer. Mine. Okay, here we go. Some more Ritual Defeat Ash and Ember eye soots. Oops, sorry. This one is Ash and Ember. This one is Celestial Sphere. Different. This one is in the shade Viscera, and I've never been able to part with this because it's so freaking stunning and unusual, but I think I might have to part with it because it's like so old, it's not even spreading out properly anymore. But it's just this stunning kind of like bloody satiny red. So pretty, so cool. I bought it for a reason. In the side here, like, doesn't that just look like the most beautiful like Christmas red? It's so pretty, it's so cool, but I really did it a disservice by never using it. And it's the first Ash and Ember eye set that I ever bought way pre-pandemic. So unfortunately, I think we do have to say goodbye to this, and like goodbye to this in the trash route because it probably shouldn't be used. This one, Celestial Sphere eye soot, different formula. This is in the shade Serpens. I have used this on my eyes. It still feels like it's okay. And like, holy shit, look, again, the nuance of color and formula. It is this really intense greeny gold with like a gray undertone, and it's so cool. It looks incredible on the eyes. And if you're going out at night, like I wore this to a concert, it just looks really cool and fun, and the way it picks up the light, especially in the dark, is just phenomenal. So I'm keeping that. And hopefully I can bring it out soon because it's so cool. I really love that a lot. So there we go. Mine. And another drawer, empty. Okay, third drawer. I think there's gonna be a lot of goodbyes in this drawer. There's not very much left in here, but all of these things are so old and shouldn't be put on skin. The first is this Ilia multi-stick in the shade of Fine Romance. And I've said this before, I said this when I opened it. It's in the like super old packaging. None of them look like this anymore. But it is a beautiful, beautiful cheek color. But it's so close to Glasswing, and I'm already keeping a really old product like this. So I shouldn't be keeping this. It is old. It's not been opened for as long as this package existed. I did open it well after I bought it. So like, there's that to be factored into, but I don't think I should be keeping this anymore. I never reached for it. Obviously it's in here, so it's not front and center for my attention. And yeah, I think we just need to say goodbye. So trashed. Then I have 3 Tower 28 products. This is the Beach Please Luminous Color Balm or whatever. We've got After Hours Power Hour, and then this is the bronzer. This is the Tower 28 Bronzino in Best Coast. But so all 3 of them are old. Nothing wrong with the colors. Look at that. so pretty, but it's old. And I think I've also just moved past the desire for this formula as well. And not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not my thing anymore. But you know, for swatch purposes, there's After Hours, sorry, my God. And then this one is Power Hour, which is kind of more, a little bit muddy, more muted, more brown. It's Sign, but again, I think I've just moved past the interest in this formula for the time being. And all three of them are so old that there's no use in me keeping them, and I wouldn't even want to pass them on, because this is a formula too that like once you stuck your fingers in it and your brushes in it, it just like collects all of the dust and hairs and dirt and grime that you could possibly want. So unfortunately, these are all getting trashed. Look at that. 3 empty drawers. So satisfying. Okay.